Good afternoon, everyone. I am Drusilla Pulin Ramos, and the topic that I'll be discussing today is free trade. So, what do we mean by free trade? Free trade refers to an international exchange of goods and services without government restriction or barriers such as tariffs and quotas. It promotes economic growth and allows countries to specialize in what they do best. Aside from promoting economic growth, it also creates job opportunities and allows for a wider variety of goods and services at a lower prices. It also encourages innovation, foster competition, and improves living standards. So there are advantages in free trade. The first is it helps countries access a target market, encourage specialization, and boost economic efficiency. Second, it also promotes healthy competition, stimulates innovation, and leads to a lower prices for consumers. So overall, it's a win-win situation for everyone involved.
Good day, I am Giancarlo Baldeo. Discuss the topic of free trade disadvantage examples. Free trade has various advantages such as promoting economic growth, increasing efficiency, and enhancing competition. However, there are also some disadvantages associated with free trade. Here are some examples of disadvantages of free trade. Example of threat to intellectual property rights are threatened by free trade of imports, allowing domestic producers to copy and sell product without legal repercussions unless FTA provision. Example, the United States participate in 14 free trade areas with 20 countries. One of the best known and largest free trade areas was created by the signing of the North American Free Trade on January 1, 1994. This agreement signed by Canada, the United States, and Mexico encouraged trade among these North American countries. Number 1. Job loss. One of the significant disadvantages of free trade is the potential for job loss in certain industries. When countries engage in free trade, they may import goods and services from countries where production costs are lower, leading to the decline of domestic industries and job losses for workers in those sectors. Number 2. Income inequality. Free trade can exacerbate income inequality within countries. While free trade can benefit consumers by providing access to cheaper goods, it can also lead to a concentration of wealth among those who own or work in industries that benefit from free trade, widening and wealth gap between different segments of society. Number 3. Dependency on foreign markets. Relying heavily on free trade can make a country vulnerable to fluctuations in the global market. If a country becomes too dependent on imports for essential goods, it may face supply chain disruptions or price fluctuations that can impact its economy.
Time to beat energy gap. Let's do champ moves like James.
Low energy, matamlay, low focus ka, baka energy gap yan. 4 out of 5 kids have it.
Milo everyday.
Start your day the champion way. Healthy energy, energy gap, be energy gap. Drink Milo every day, Milo every day.
Hi everyone, I am Marlene Nicole Magnaya and I am going to talk about free trade versus protectionism. Free trade and protectionism represent two opposing approaches to international trade. Free trade emphasizes the removal of trade barriers, promoting economic efficiency and market access. It allows countries to buy whatever they want, goods or services from whenever country they want to. There are no restrictions. It allows imports and exports of goods and services outside the country. On the other hand, there is protectionism. which aims to protect domestic industries but can lead to higher prices and reduce consumer choice. It is a policy that discriminates domestic and foreign goods and services. One of its examples is the tariff, which is defined as a tax on imports. Therefore, nothing needs to be done to protect or promote trade and growth because market forces will do it so automatically. In contrast, protectionism holds that regulation of international trade is important too to ensure that markets functions properly.
Free trade versus globalization. As my groupmate said earlier, free trade means the exchange of goods and services between countries without any restrictions, while globalization means the increasing interconnectedness and interdependence of countries around the world. It involves the exchange of goods, services, ideas, and information across borders, leading to a more integrated global economy. It allows continues to collaborate, trade, and interact with each other on various levels. Globalization has made the world more connected and has influenced various aspects of our lives, including trade, culture, technology, and communication. Free trade and globalization are closely connected. Free trade actually plays a significant role in promoting and accelerating globalization. When countries engage in free trade, it allows for the exchange of goods, services, and ideas across borders more easily. So while free trade focuses on the exchange of goods and services between countries, globalization encompasses a much wide range of interactions and connections between nations.
I'm Marie Jaluano and today I'm going to discuss the Free Trade Zone. Ang Free Trade Zone ay isang lugar kung saan ang mga produkto ay pwedeng dalhin, iproseso o gawin at muling i-export ng walang custom duties. Magkakaroon lamang ng custom duties kung ang mga produkto ay ibebenta sa isang bansa o sa loob ng isang bansa. Ang custom duties ay ang mga buwis na pinapataw ng mga gobyerno sa mga produkto na inaangkat, import o inilalabas, export ng bansa. Ang mga ito ay karaniwang binabayaran sa customs office kapag ang produkto ay dumating sa bansa o bago sila i-export. Isang halimbawa ng free trade zone ay ang Cebu malapit sa Mactan, Cebu International Airport. Pagdating ng mga piyesa, ang mga piyesa mula sa Japan ay dumarating ng walang custom duties. At ang mga piyesa na ito ay pinagsasama-sama upang makabuo ng isang kotse, ngunit sa loob lamang ng zone. At kapag natapos na yung produkto or yung kotse na yun ay maaari na siyang i-export sa ibang bansa nang walang kahit na anumang custom duties. At kung sakali naman na ibebenta ang kotse na yon sa loob ng Pilipinas ay tsaka lamang ito magkakaroon ng buwis or ng custom duties. Sa madaling salita, libre sa buwis ang mga produkto hanggat nasa loob sila ng free trade zone o in-export sa ibang bansa. Magkakaroon lamang ito ng buwis kapag ibinenta sa loob ng bansa. Free trade zones are organized around major seaports, international airports, and national frontiers areas with many geographic advantages for trade.
Hello everyone, I'm Jericho Bonsalan, and I'm going to discuss the pros and cons. Increased economic growth. Free trade allows countries to specialize in what they do best and trade for what they need. This boosts overall productivity and leads to economic growth. For example, Pilipinas po ay may mga raw materials na para makabuo ng tinapay, at example po ay ang ibang bansa meron silang mga high-tech na mga machinery para makagawa ng mga magagandang kalidad ng tinapay. So, pwede silang magpalitan ng produkto para magkaroon sila ng magandang output o magandang quality na tinapay. Number 2 example, offers a more attractive business climate to organization. With fewer barriers to trade, business can expand their markets globally, leading for more opportunities for growth and profit. Dahil sa free trade, mas less yung restrictions sa pag-exchange ng products and services natin sa ibang bansa. Dahil dito, mas nag-expand yung economic growth and economic profit. Example, mas malaki ang magiging economic profit ng isang bansa dahil nakakapag-trade tayo sa ibang bansa without paying any tax. Imbis na pambayad natin sa tax, ay pumapasok na lamang sa profit ng isang bansa. Example of pros, can improve worker safety. Free trade can incentivize countries to adopt the higher labor and safety standards to remain competitive in the global market. Dahil sa free trade, may ensure natin yung safetyness ng bawat empleyado. Isang requirement sa bago ma-involve sa free trade, dapat sigurado tayo na well-trained and efficient ang mga empleyado sa kipag-trade natin to build a good relationship to our trading partner. First example of cons, job displacement. Free trade can lead to the displacement of jobs in certain industries, especially those that cannot compete with cheaper imports and other countries. For example, if a country removes tariffs and exported textiles, domestic textiles workers may lose their jobs as companies move production overseas where labor costs are lower. Number 2 example of cons is income inequality. Free trade may exacerbate income inequality with countries where some industries and individuals benefit from access to cheaper goods and new markets. Others may suffer job losses and reduced wages. This can widen the gap between the wealthy and the poor. For instance, high-skilled workers in these industries that benefit from free trade may see their income rise, while low-skilled workers in declining industries may experience stagnant or wages or unemployment. Normal na naman ito yung ganito na parang kung sino yung mataas yung posisyon sa isang pinagkatrabahoan, parang normal na mas malaki yung mga income nila kaysa sa mga medyo mas mababa yung mga pwesto sa pinagkatrabahuan. Dependency on foreign markets. Reliance on foreign markets for goods and services can make a country vulnerable and disruption in global supply. Changes in international trade policies. For example, if a country heavily relies on imported energy resources and there is a sudden increase in prices or a disruption in supply, it could negatively impact the country's economy. So yun, negative impact din ng free trade is masyadong nagiging dependent sa trading partner natin. For example, halimbawa nagkaroon sila ng shortage sa mga raw materials sa sinusupply nila sa trading partner, magkakaroon din sila ng mga problema dahil na hindi nila na sustain yung demand or requirements sa isang product. So sa ganun, nagkakaroon ng negative impact sa economy. Ganun yung mangyayari pag masyadong nakadepende sa trading partner natin.
Grabe init. Pre, tubig oh.
Good day everyone, I'm Mary J. Biray and today I will discuss about the meaning and advantages of fair trade. So ano nga ba ang fair trade? Fair trade is a social movement and trading partnership that aims to promote fair wages, better working conditions, and sustainable practices for producers in developing countries. The concept of fair trade focuses on ensuring that producers, particularly in agriculture and handicraft sectors, receive fair compensation for the products and are treated with dignity and respect. Sa fair trade, ang mga produktong binibili ay nagmumula sa mga komunidad ng mga magsasaka at manggagawa na karaniwang nasa mga bansa sa Global South. Sa halip na makipagkalakalan sa mga malalaking kumpanya o middlemen na maaaring mag-abuso sa kanila, ang fair trade ay nagbibigay ng direkta at patas na pagkakataon sa mga ito na maipagbili ang kanilang mga produkto sa pandaigdigang merkado. Halimbawa ng mga fair trade product is chocolate or tsokolate. Fair trade chocolate is made from cacao beans sourced from farmers in countries like Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Peru. By purchasing fair trade chocolate, you support farmers and help prevent child labor in the cacao industries. 2 is bananas. Fair trade bananas are grown by small-scale farmers in countries like Ecuador, Costa Rica, and the Philippines. By choosing fair trade bananas, you support farmers, cooperatives, and help improve their livelihoods. 3 is clothing and textiles. Fair trade clothing and textiles are made by workers in factories that adhere to fair labor standards. Buying fair trade clothing ensures that workers are paid for wages and work in safe conditions. Ang fair trade ay isang paraan upang suportahan ng mga maliit na mga ngalakal at mga komunidad sa buong mundo at magkaroon ng positibong epekto sa kanilang pamumuhay at ekonomiya. So, ano nga ba mga advantages ng fair trade? First is producers earn enough to have a reasonable standard of living, sapat na kita para sa maayos na pamumuhay. So, sa pamamagitan ng fair trade, ang mga magsasaka at manggagawa ay kumikita ng sapat na halaga upang magkaroon ng makatwirang antas ng pamumuhay. Sa tradisyonal sistema ng pangangalakal, madalas na napipilitan ng mga ito na magbenta ng kanilang mga produkto sa napakababang halaga na hindi sapat para sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na pangangailangan. Sa fair trade, ang patas na presyo ay nagbibigay ng seguridad at tiyak na kita para sa kanila at kanilang mga pamilya. Second, it may help prevent child labor because farmers can afford to educate their children. Paglaban sa child labor. Ang fair trade ay maaaring makatulong sa pagpigil ng child labor o paggawa ng mga bata sa mga mapanganib na kondisyon. Dahil sa sapat na kita na nakatatanggap ng mga magsasaka at manggagawa sa fair trade, sila ay may kakayang maglaan ng pondo para sa edukasyon ng kanilang mga anak. Sa pamamagitan nito, nagkakaroon ng oportunidad para sa mga bata na magkaroon ng magandang kinabukasan at maiwasan ng mga panganib na trabaho sa murang edad. Lastly is, producers can afford to invest in their farms, investment sa mga sakahan. Ang fair trade ay nagbibigay ng pagkakataon sa mga magsasaka at manggagawa na magkaroon ng pondo para sa pagpapabuti ng kanilang mga sakahan dahil sa sapat na kita na tatanggap nila. Sila ay may kakayahang mag-invest sa modernisasyon ng kanilang mga kagamitan, pagpapabuti ng mga infrastruktura at iba pang mga proyekto na magpapalakas sa kanilang mga negosyo. Ito ay nagresulta sa mas mataas na produksyon, mas magandang kalidad ng produkto, at mas matatag na kabuhayan para sa kanila. So, fair trade ay hindi lamang nagbibigay ng patas na kita sa mga magsasaka at manggagawa, kundi nagbibigay ng oportunidad para sa kanila na magkaroon ng maayos na pamumuhay, mag-invest sa kanilang mga sakahan at maiwasan ng child labor. Ito ay nagpapalakas sa kanilang mga komunidad at nagbibigay ng pag-asa para sa isang mas magandang kinabukasan.
Good day everyone, my name is Joyce L. Esteban and I'm here to discuss with you the benefits of free trade and fair trade. So the benefits of free trade includes, first is economies of scales. So in this, free trade allows businesses to expand their operations and increase their output. With higher production levels, the average cost per unit decreases because fixed costs like the management and equipment spread over a larger number of units. This reduction in average production per unit is known as economies of scales, leading to more efficient production processes and potentially to lower prices for consumers. Second is increased competition. So by opening up to global markets, free trade exposes domestic companies o yung mga company na nagko-conduct ng kanilang businesses sa sariling bansa to international competitors. This increased competition forces business to innovate and improve their products and services to stay competitive. So, this leads to better quality products and lower prices for consumers. Third is specialization. So, free trade encourages countries to focus on producing goods and services in which they have comparative advantages, meaning they can produce this good more efficiently than other countries. By specializing in these certain products, countries can produce them more efficiently and trade for other goods they need. Last is reduction of monopolies. So in this, free trade can diminish the power of domestic monopolies by introducing international competitors into domestic markets. When companies from different countries enters a domestic market, it increases competition and reduces the ability of any single company to dominate the market. This can lead to lower prices and more choices for consumers. So, in benefits of fair trades, the benefits includes first is fair wages. In this, fair trade ensures that producers receive a fair and stable price for their goods, which help to provide a sustainable income. This can this can improve their quality of life and reduce poverty. Second is safe working conditions. Fair trade standards enforce safe and ethical working conditions. These include adequate safety measures, reasonable working hours, and the prohibition of child labor, ensuring that workers are treated with dignity and respect. So, and the third one is environmental sustainability. Fair trade promotes sustainable agricultural practices that protects the environment and conserve natural resources. This includes methods that reduces the use of harmful chemicals, promotes soil health, and maintain biodiversity, protecting the environment for future generations. Fourth one is community development. Fair trade initiatives often invest in community projects such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure. By supporting these initiatives, fair trade helps to empower communities and improve their overall quality of life. Last one is quality products. Fair trade products are often of higher quality because they are produced using traditional and sustainable practices. The emphasis on quality and sustainability can result in better and more durable goods, which are often preferred by consumers.